Brian Kilmeade, co-host of Fox & Friends, host of the Kilmeade radio show that's happening right this moment with his listeners, joining us here on the Fox News channel. And he's also host of One Nation with Brian Kilmeade on Saturday nights. So, Brian, if you're not trying to help the president in that moment, politically, what is Obama trying to do?
I think he's trying to help him. I don't think there's any doubt about it. Just my gut tells me Obama knows his way on stage. I don't care if he's doing Ellen DeGeneres' show or he's at a church where he has to sing after the tragic death of that shooting in South Carolina. Nobody can say that he does not have stage presence and great instincts. He looked over and he said, we got to go. And that was it. I wasn't because there was too much applause. I mean, it's the same look that we had 7 days or 5 days prior at the White House lawn. I mean, he doesn't, and you watched him put those sunglasses on, and people at home, if you're just listening on the radio, he was very slow getting, I'm thinking to myself, is he going to get it to his head and get to wrap around his ears? So those anonymous sources among world leaders have to be wondering, is America as weak as their president looks?
You know, I do want to ask this, though. Why isn't everybody on the same page? Like, if the White House comes out and says it's one thing, but the former, probably their most popular president, currently anyway, Barack Obama, was trying to do something different and help the guy out. Well, why aren't they all on the same page?
Well, I mean, the one thing about this White House, they miss a lot. I mean, one thing they try to do is not put him out too much doing anything, because it always seems to be a problem. Now they don't want to let him answer shouted questions. He gets mad at the press for asking more than 2 questions. One who is off topic, this horrible topic called Gaza, which might be the #1 topic in the world he didn't like. And now you have a White House not on the same page as the former president. You know, when people come up to me and they say, I think Barack Obama is running the White House, I always come back and go, I don't think so. Because I don't think the Biden people like the Obama people. I don't think there's a lot of synergy
that's interesting.
there. And you look at Axelrod. Axelrod calls it as he sees it. He has no problem saying Joe Biden has to stop talking about the economy. He has got to get pretty clear on his messaging, that his campaign's in trouble. You don't really do that if you have that mutual respect, let's say that the Cheney camp and Bush camp had and other camps that have worked well together.
Or you stay quiet. You know, over the weekend, a liberal media panel was gushing over Biden's back-to-back foreign trips while mocking Trump. Watch this.
This was a great week for the president. He's having these back-to-back weeks, both the national stage and domestically.
The president is playing chess, and the former president, at best, is playing like hungry, hungry hippo.
Yeah, well, if that, maybe Uno. I'm going to give him Uno,
You're
maybe.
giving him Uno?
He's playing Uno.
Oh, okay.
Uno, and somebody keeps telling him draw 4. It's the...
All right, Simone Sanders for the win there. That was hilarious. None of it is good if you're the sitting president, though, because that's unfriendly for Biden.
You know, they said that the former president's been off and the current president's been on. Really? I mean, I thought the president had a horrible week. I don't think Michael Steele can actually believe what he just said, the former RNC chair. The president, Biden's been on? I mean, he arrives at the G7. He's got to sleep a day. He blows off a dinner. This is the stuff where you get things done, where you use your friendships to get some knowledge on the economy, on the military, what's going on with Vladimir Putin.
You would hope.
You would think, but not if you go to sleep. Well, so how could that look good? I mean, how could you say they did well? And then when Zelensky says, I need you to stick around to Switzerland for a way forward with a peace summit with Russia, he says, sorry, Jimmy Kimmel's got a gig for me, and George Clooney's going to be there with his half shirt unbuttoned, and I need to show up there. And he sends the vice president instead of sitting with Ukraine, while the former president sits in Detroit within an all-black church.
Yeah, 100%. And when I say that Simone Sanders has the win there, she actually is trying to point to something that is equal to what we're seeing on the stage with Joe Biden. And she can't. So she just draws out all of the board games and they start to joke about all the things. That actually helps Trump. Because what it's saying is you don't have a game plan to replace the guy who's put you in such trouble now. And just a quick word about Ukraine. By sending Kamala Harris, she said what looked to be the quiet part out loud. She was talking about the peace. If you dig down into some of her comments and all of that, that's not something that Biden is doing at all. He's putting all the pressure on Israel. Find peace, take a win with Hamas. It is interesting where they're going. Brian, I'm going to let you get back to your audience. I appreciate the simulcasting.
The same to you, Harris. I'll see you in the hallway.
All right, sounds good.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.